Hey everyone, it's Anya with the Season of Anya, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things yoga, magic, and witchcraft with that little sprinkle of the healing journey along the way. On to my healing series. Today we are going to talk a little bit more on how yoga specifically was essential to my spiritual healing journey. If you haven't seen my other video yet where I start to talk about how working with a coven and witchcraft was essential to my healing journey, I would recommend it because that's kind of the meat of this whole channel, right? Yoga, witchcraft, yoga witch. With that said, this is kind of just like a little intro video on my journey, but if you are in need of spiritual healing, nobody can do the work but yourself. But these are the tools that helped me, and perhaps they can help you and align with you and resonate you for healing. If you don't know already, my mantra is heal yourself, heal others, heal the world. And that is something I am just so incredibly passionate about because the world's in need of healing, fam. So anyways, with that said, why you should choose yoga or consider adding yoga to your witchcraft practice for healing. For me, I always used to hear people tell me, get out of your head, get out of your head, get out of your head. I had no idea what they meant by that. What does that mean? When your reality is just in your head and everything's almost like a projection and a very almost like calculated, how do we put it? Calculated approach to things, right? Every social interaction I entered was almost like premeditated. You know, anything ambiguous, I didn't quite know how to do. But if I projected all of this and just put all my energy into this conversation and kind of controlled it, where the way it would go, blah, 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 I was in control. Not exactly the way you want to live life, right? We always want some semblance of control, sure, but life isn't about controlling everything. Through yoga, through taking deep mindful breaths, specifically taking those deep mindful breaths through movement, is what helped me on my journey of learning how to be a little more in my body. Me personally, it helped me connect very much with that light feminine energy, that divine feminine energy. Now, regardless of your gender, your pronouns, whatever, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But for me, I realized I was feeling disconnected from myself because I wasn't connecting to who I am as a person, as a human. I was disconnected. So through the movements of yoga, of the flow of things, it's one of the many facets of this practice that helped me feel connected again to myself, to my femininity, to my creative flow, to expressing myself artistically through just being me, if that makes any sense. Some other things that also helps. So yes, I discussed breath to movement, but also movement or meditation through movement. I was always in my head because I didn't know how to shut the noggin off. But in order to really, again, flow into these different poses and postures and movements, over time, as we get deeper and try to push ourselves deeper and stretch and open into these poses, what we find is we don't have time to think because we're in it. That's where the yoga magic happens. Because just like any situation in life, right? So much happens if we just take that deep breath before, instead of being reactive, just take that step back and just, it's amazing how circumstances and situations and interactions can change when we just take that moment to kind of just step away and breathe. Other than that, I've already spoken about this on my channel before. Yes, I have a whole series about it, in fact, the chakra system. Whether you're a yogi or a witch, any spiritual practitioner, anybody in need of some spiritual healing, I really implore you to start working with the chakras. The chakra system and understanding what the heck even a blocked chakra is, how to unblock my chakras, learning the concepts, the notions, and more importantly, the philosophies behind our energy centers, our chakras, and learning how to balance them have been phenomenal for my spiritual healing. When you identify each chakra one by one, we understand maybe parts of ourselves that are missing. So I'm not going to go too deep into that because I do have a whole series on it. But the chakra system and learning about those energy meridians and just those philosophies are so helpful. Even if you just start with one is what I'd recommend and just work your way up. Start with the root and go up. I am telling you, it changed my spiritual practice. It changed my everything. It was just eye-opening. But it all starts with the root and knowing that you are safe no matter where you are. Other than that, quite honestly, I had no self-esteem for many, many years. I was often put into a box of what I'm supposed to be, and I let others dictate who I'm supposed to be. I let others dictate how I should feel about myself. In fact, I felt so low about myself. I was actually extremely morbidly obese about 5-7 years ago at this point. And yoga was kind of my intro. Kind of yoga and witchcraft came into my life at the same times, but yoga was the beginning. I always said to myself when I was at my heaviest, just for reference, I'm down like 150 pounds, so I'm not exaggerating. But when I was at my heaviest, I said to myself, it's like, I think I want to be a cute yoga girl, because why not? You know, that she looks happy, they always look chill and whatever. And I get it now, is all I'm saying. Looking in that mirror, whether I was at my heaviest now or everywhere else in between, looking in that mirror when you're flowing and starting to embody confidence and seeing yourself flow and just feel yourself, feel yourself in those poses and consistently showing up and pushing yourself a little more every single day to get deeper into a pose is phenomenal. Energetically, yoga is very similar to acupuncture and energy work and all those kinds of things where we are literally releasing pain and stress and emotional trauma and baggage that we have stored in our bodies. For example, yoga hip openers for me changed my life. I had so much trauma and tension built up in there that now that I'm aware of where I'm holding the trauma and tensions in my body, I'm mindful when I'm picking up on those energies. And the more mindful I am, the more I'm not hanging on to them and the more I'm releasing. And I am still purging. Look, we are never healed, but I am who I am, and I'm very proud of my journey, and I have come so far, but there's always room for growth. So that's kind of where I'm coming from things, though. Yoga is amazing. Again, if you are an empath, highly recommend, because learning how to be in your own energy, in your own body, and really feeling how you feel on a physical level allows you to disconnect from everyone, especially my fellow empaths without boundaries, my fellow people pleasers. It's almost as if when I was able to fully detach from myself, or rather from others, I was then able to connect with myself more. And now I can connect with others even better and even more authentically, because I'm able to fill my cup, address my needs. And it may sound silly. My needs, it could be just something as simple, right, as stretching, but we are so quick to neglect ourselves. Yoga for me is like the ultimate form of self-care. I highly recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm going to leave it there for now. I will revisit this over and over again and add little tidbits and anecdotes as I go, but I did kind of want to set the foundation for why I love yoga so much. And that's why I do call myself a yoga witch, because the two concepts, the two pantheons merging were what made me who I am today as this healed version of myself. And I want that for each and every one of you. So thank you so, so much for following me along on this journey. So much love and gratitude to you all on this journey. And I will catch you on the next one. Namaste.